guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Why American football is
Why
weird.
is it weird?
During an
I
average
feel
NFL
like
game, you only watch about 11.
never mind. I don't feel like anything.
You don't feel like anything?
I feel like I think I understand football more than I understand soccer. Cause I don't understand when they start putting cards on the floor. That's extra.
Cards on the
Yeah.
floor? Cards is like a penalty, like in basketball there's fouls.
Yeah, they say foul. I understand foul.
So the card is
But
a foul.
card is like
It's a foul.
but there's different colors too.
Yes, yellow is a foul, red get the fuck out of here.
That's too what?
Ejection.
Oh,
Red is ejected.
what do you mean? You out the game?
Yes.
For how long?
That game
The
and
whole game?
the whole game, and you miss the next game too. If it's in the league, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Well, don't
Do
do bullshit.
people get red cards? For what? What would you get red card for?
If you like, do something dangerous
Dangerous?
Yeah.
Oh, why would you do something dangerous?
to injure somebody or
Yeah,
for
that's
that,
not very
red
nice.
card.
I agree. I would like to review some of these cards decisions to see if I agree or not.
Guys, I guess it's just the most
yellow?
most controversial red cards.
And what's the
If
other
there's
one?
a video
Is
like
yellow?
that.
You said yellow, right?
Yellow is
yellow?
a warning. 2 yellows is 1 red. If you get two yellows,
So
you
what
kick.
can you do for a yellow?
For yellow
Ooh,
is something
this is
dangerous, but not like egregious.
Like example, can you give me?
If you do like a sliding tackle and you hit somebody in the leg, like I
So
think
what would make it a red then?
a red. Like I think yellow if you go play for a ball, but you actually don't hit the ball, you hit the person.
Like you're off.
Yeah, like
And it looked like, damn, okay, you don't suck. This is like the league,
what?
right? Like they look like they were going for the ball, but really they went for the person.
Right. So if you
That's-
if you attempt for the ball but you miss the ball and you hit the person, I guess that would be yellow. But
Okay.
if you intentionally go for the person, the ball is not even
In play,
yeah, that's a
and
red.
you said white card is what?
There's no white cards.
Oh,
It's
I thought
only
there was
yellow
three-
and
there's
red.
not 3 cards.
No, yellow and red.
Oh.
Anyway, back to NFL.
11 minutes of actual gameplay. The rest is replays, pauses, and
Say their name.
commercials. Nowadays, everybody talks about them. The crazy costs, the unpredictability, the controversy. Some people even watch
Do
the
they have
game just for
commercials
the
in soccer?
commercials. They have become a cultural
Oh.
phenomenon.
Well, 45 minutes straight. Well, plus at a
Really?
time. Yeah.
Straight?
What?
No commercial break.
Each half there's no commercial break. There's commercial breaks in the halftime, before the game, after the game, not during during the game. No, 45 minutes there's no commercials.
Phenomenon, and helped to turn the Super
Now, considering that, maybe that's why this game wouldn't be so popular here in the
No,
States.
that's you asking a lot.
Bowl
You're asking
into
a
the
lot of
most watched.
attention.
No, not attention. I don't know
No commercials.
how worthy it would be for the for the channels to show it, you know?
Do they have halftime shows?
Yeah.
Performances?
No, I don't know about
Oh.
performance.
TV broadcast since the moon landing. But it wasn't always like that. The turning point was in 1984, when Apple aired a commercial that was unlike anything people had seen. It didn't just sell a product, it changed the Super Bowl forever. Welcome to Athletic Interest.
Now
Who
I'm
is the
curious
coolest
with the
kid in high
soccer.
school? The guy she tells you not to worry about. The captain of the football team. And that's for 3 reasons. American culture, the structure of a football game, and Apple. So first, the captain of the football team should thank these 2 guys. American football is deeply rooted in history and common culture because in 1967, the 2 rival football leagues had one goal: maximizing profit from the exponentially growing television market. Their solution: have the best teams compete against each other to crown one national champion. And 65 million people tuned in. A third of America's population at that time. For a brand new format.
So my first time.
That
my
was
first
long
time at
before.
a football game. It was very impressive for me. I didn't realize those people are really big. Person, they look really bigger.
They big.
Yeah.
They big.
Taylor Swift and flashy
Who
halftime
we saw?
shows.
Miami Dolphins.
American
and
football.
who?
That's
We saw
Miami
Miami
Dolphins
Dolphins,
versus somebody.
And
I don't know.
nobody told me not to wear heels. I didn't think that was the. I had to wear my what I was supposed to wear boots, like my comeback boots or
I
something.
don't know.
Football as a sport worked. The new championship format made it even cooler. That's how this guy became a big deal. The second reason, the structure of a football game. NFL games are split into 4 15-minute quarters with a 12 to 13-minute halftime. But in reality,
Yes.
a game lasts over 3 hours, thanks to all the clock stoppages, timeouts, and you guessed it, commercial breaks. The NFL broadcasts are among the most interrupted broadcasts
very
of any
simple. I
sport.
understand
For
this.
comparison, a Premier League game. So what are we actually
Wait, what?
broadcasts of any sport? For comparison, a Premier League game. So what
How is it 11 minutes actual playing time?
Like, you know, when they're talking, the football players, they're talking to the referees. We have to do the
No,
review.
but the quarter is 15 minutes each. There's 4 quarters and an hour of playing time. I don't know
Mhm.
how they're getting this. What?
I think the clock is still running for some of the plays.
So I guess you're saying when they're
Look
when
at
the
BB,
clock
the
is
expert.
running.
Whoosh.
are we actually watching? According to the Wall Street Journal, a typical NFL broadcast breaks down like this. Instead of 60 minutes, we actually only get to watch around 11 minutes of actual playing time. The rest is replay and players standing around.
I know
Commercials.
what I'm talking
A big distraction,
about.
and there is a lot of distraction. The average NFL fan watches about 4 hours of NFL per week. Including playoffs, there are 21 weeks of NFL coverage during a season. That means the fan accumulates a total watch time of about 88 hours.
You
and
know
one-third
why
of that
football will always be popular than soccer is because the athletes are dating people that we actually know. Like for soccer, I just got into soccer because Georgina just got a special on Netflix. You know who Georgina is?
Cristiano's wife.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, Posh Spice is dating. Well, she's with Beckham. But the others, I don't know who they're with. But with football, I know
So
everything.
29 hours are ads. Basically, fans lose 4 workdays a season watching ads. The upside? Companies nowadays spend a fortune on Super Bowl slots, so at least these ads are way more entertaining. They've become must-see TV moments. And this is because of Apple. The first Super Bowl in 1967 was a far cry from the extravaganza we know today. Fast forward 1 year, and halftime featured an airplane parade, backed by the US military. That's when brands started seeing the potential. By the late 60s and 70s, Super Bowl ads became a thing. Also because they were cheap. Especially noteworthy was this Coca-Cola ad featuring Mean Joe Green.
Hey, kid.
Thanks, Mean Joe.
It was quoted by Sesame Street, The Simpsons, Family Guy, David
Oh,
Beckham,
I seen
and won an award
this.
for Best
I
Commercials
seen
of the Year.
this.
But most of the commercials at that time were
Wow.
straightforward, focusing on product features rather than storytelling or emotions. Plain and simple explicit sales pitches. That changed drastically in 1984. During the third quarter of Super Bowl 28, Apple dropped a bombshell. They weren't there to sell a product. They were there to make a statement. The ad was called 1984, inspired by George Orwell's novel, and it was like nothing anyone had seen before. No jingles, no cheesy humor, not even a glimpse of the Macintosh itself. Instead, the ad was about ideas, freedom, creativity, and individuality. Ridley Scott, the guy behind Alien and Blade Runner,
Wow,
directed it,
that's
giving it that
iconic.
bold, cinematic vibe. It was only 60 seconds long, but it stayed in people's minds much longer. They realized this wasn't just a commercial, it was a cultural moment. Apple's decision to produce and air
Interesting.
1984
I didn't know that this little history tidbit. That's interesting information.
was not without controversy. The ad was quite expensive, but Steve Jobs believed it was a necessary investment to position Apple as a revolutionary
Wow.
brand.
Wow.
The board was less convinced. They
For a
thought it was too
60-second
weird, too risky,
ad?
and didn't
Well, nowadays it's in the millions for the ads on the Super Bowl. Well, I am assuming we're talking about Super Bowl because this video just dropped today and the Super Bowl is upcoming. So I'm assuming
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
You
is
only
Super
get those
Bowl.
kind
Yeah.
of commercials during Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
yeah. So I think this is about Super, not about regular games.
Yeah.
really explain the product. Early test screenings didn't help. The results were bad. Also, if the ad
But
failed,
now they're
it could damage
sneaky. Now the funny ads they come out a little bit earlier.
When
Like now, like if it's like Super Bowl next weekend,
it's
this
this
week.
weekend.
Yeah, but I'm giving you an example.
Okay.
It's okay. So Super Bowl is this weekend.
Mhm.
So last week I started to see Super Bowl ads.
Oh, okay.
Apple's image and waste a significant portion of its marketing budget. Steve Jobs didn't care, and he secured a slot during Super Bowl 28, although he didn't even know what the Super Bowl was. He just wanted to create something that stopped people in their tracks on the biggest stage possible, and that's exactly what he did.
When
The
you
ad
watch
exceeded
soccer,
every
what
expectation.
food do you
It was
eat? Like in your country? Like when it's time for soccer, what guys? Okay, we eating.
Kepta Duana.
Oh yes. That's
Basically going
fried
viral
garlic
before
bread.
going
It's
viral was even a thing.
iconic.
Imagine they had
A
TikTok
staple
back
of
then.
Lithuania.
The
With
Macintosh
beer.
launch was just days later, and Apple
And
sold
sunflower
over
seeds or no?
70,000 units in the
Sunflower
first
seeds. Yeah,
100
sunflower,
days. But Apple's
here
1984
we have, like,
also
pizza.
revolutionized the Super Bowl experience. Inspired by 1984, advertisers realized that times were changing. They were no longer just selling products. They were trying to craft moments that people would talk about. From now on, Super Bowl commercials would become a center part of the whole broadcast. And more elaborate. More money spent by the brands, more money made by the NFL, more entertainment for the audience.
Can we
This
react
money
to their
trickled down to the players,
commercials?
who became
we
some
can
of
check
the
it out.
richest athletes in the business, and suddenly had to look for investment opportunities. Which brings us to today's video sponsor, Mastercard. Oh, investments of what is so popular for 30 years. That's why you should have a $1 billion.
Global superstar, The Weeknd, presents a never-before-seen
Featuring legends like Picasso, Banksy, and Basquiat. $8 million is they turn out
Oh, he
experts in the
recycled
description.
this.
Advertisers fully embraced bolder and more expert, and once again changed the game drastically. Back in the day, Super Bowl ads were tightly guarded secrets, airing just once. Apple's 1984 only aired during the game. That exclusivity created maximum aura. Now,
Yes.
companies-
Yeah, I do feel nowadays it kind of lost that oh, you can only see, so you don't have, because it is a thing to watch Super Bowl for the ads. Like it used to be. Now
It's a flex.
Yeah.
And if you're able to recite it from top to bottom.
okay, I don't know about that, but
No, it was. It
Okay.
was. I'm telling you, the next day of school, because there was no social media, you have to be ready to say all the funny commercials.
yeah, but now the commercials they already showed on the TV
Yeah, and
after
they
Super
repeat
Bowl,
it.
so there's no that exclusivity. So
Yeah.
it kind of lost that meaning, but it definitely a Super Bowl commercial is a thing.
employ marketing campaigns that often start weeks or even months before the Super Bowl. So they are not just paying for that 30-second commercial spot. Instead, they try to create a 4 to 6 week buzz across multiple platforms. This is one of the first standout examples
But
of
I
this new
do
trend.
think
It-
I like when it's that iconic. Okay, we haven't seen it at the Super Bowl.
What do you mean?
We haven't seen the commercial. Like, oh my God, I didn't know this celebrity was going to be appearing in this commercial.
Oh,
that
commercials
racked up
are good.
70 million views before kickoff and became the most shared Super Bowl ad of all time.
like I know a lot of people don't like the commercials.
Really?
Yeah, but like I just don't like advertisements being shoved in the face. But to me, like in case of Super Bowl, for example, it's a good commercials. Like I'm not interested to see them because they're selling me a product. I'm not gonna go buy that product. I don't care about the
No.
product.
No, I think it's bad strategy if they try to sell you a product. They have to make
Yeah.
you laugh.
It's just the commercials are really good. They
Yeah.
hire like expensive
Very creative
actors,
teams.
professional actors, like
Yeah.
big stars. It's good commercials.
I feel like it's more about who got the best creativity.
Yeah, it's more about that than about me being sold the product. Like
I never feel like I had to buy anything from what they
Yeah.
were selling. I just
I
wanted
don't
to
think-
be gagged.
I don't think I ever bought anything of a Super Bowl
No.
commercial, but they're fun.
No, yeah.
Time. Super Bowl commercials have become large-scale productions, with budgets rivaling Hollywood movies. That is why companies try
Yeah.
everything to maximize exposure. The commercials can be seen as an annual snapshot of the economic and social moment in the country. They try to capture the zeitgeist. Take the infamous crypto commercial in 2022. Or the fact that health and beauty companies suddenly invested in Super Bowl ads after Taylor Swift boosted female viewership. At $7 million for a 30-second spot, the stakes are higher than ever. But so are the
7
rewards.
million for a
The Super Bowl
30-second, wow.
consistently draws over 200 million viewers worldwide. And every year, there is huge anticipation for what might happen during the commercials. Nobody is flipping the channel. You could miss something historic. Or you don't. Speaking of brand awareness, Apple's visionary commercial played a big role in the Super Bowl becoming not only one of sports' biggest
That's
events,
interesting. I really
but
didn't know
also an
Apple was the
advertising
pioneer of
powerhouse.
Super Bowl
For
commercial.
over 40 years, brands have been trying to capture their own 1984 moment, always trying to create something that people talk more about than the actual game. For now, Apple's 1984 is still
I think you know what beats this? Janet Jackson slip up.
Oh.
That was so controversial.
Yeah, because the game also, it depends what kind of, last year I think the game was boring as fuck. So
Was it?
one of the years, like in the recent years, there was one year the game was so boring. They barely
Really?
scored. Yeah, I don't know if it was last year, but one of the years it was so boring. So commercials was the highlight of the evening.
the measuring stick. A shining example why the advertising industry invests so much money in a few seconds of screen time. It's not about advertising for the Super Bowl. It's about creating a myth that lives on. And also because of Apple's iconic ad. The Super Bowl is the perfect stage for it.
Oh, and Super Bowl halftime show is like that is the big deal.
Not just for showcasing athleticism, but also, if not even more, capitalism.
Like they make so much money as artists who
Yeah.
perform at the Super Bowl.
It's a good event. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's so interesting that it's like that for football and not other sports.
For NBA, I would say because it's not like a one-off. The finals is a series of best out of four. It's you know you can't really do that one game. Like the last game, I guess if it goes to game 7, everybody tunes in. But if it's like 3-0, then after 3-0, every game can be the last game. So you can't do that. With soccer, you could. World Cup final is kind of like that game. I guess I would just say they don't really capitalize on it like that because you don't really see like the big anticipated performance like a World Cup. Who's gonna perform at the World Cup
Because
final
I think
game?
it's
Stuff
all
like that.
men, and I think the spenders are the ladies.
I guess.
And it doesn't. I feel like football brings in family because like tailgate, like it's like a collective thing with everybody. I feel like
So is with
soccer.
soccer.
No, I feel soccer is just the bros. Maybe you sell beers,
No, it's a
but
family thing.
it's a family
Yes.
thing. I don't know how I can see a child over there watching the game
Why?
because I feel like for soccer, it's always been told to me it can get quite violent.
Yeah, any sport can get violent.
It was very rare in a basketball, very rare in football. I have never seen like fights where oh my god,
In
we're gonna
basketball,
in basketball. There's only one, the melee, madness in the melee.
Malice
That
in
was
the
happened
Palace.
19 what?
Malice in the Palace.
Yes.
I think 2005.
Okay, when that happened again?
Fights in basketball with
That
fans.
involved fans.
The fans
in the
fight in
States.
between, between themselves.
That started a whole commotion, and they say, okay,
That the two fans fight all the time in basketball.
I never seen it.
Go on social media. There's fans fights all the time in football too.
But in
In football,
football,
too,
I
yeah.
never seen that in football. Never.
Because you're not on that social. There's fights all the time.
No, I never seen hockey. Okay, maybe,
hockey,
but
yes,
never
yes.
including the. Actually, we look for that in hockey with the
Yes.
athletes, but never with the fans.
The fans always fight in any
I
sport.
never seen that.
Because you don't look for it.
I
Go
only
type
seen
it
that
in.
in
fan
soccer.
type in fan fight in
soccer,
the NFL and you will
savages.
see.
Okay, then next time you show me, then I believe you. But it cannot be from something from 19.
No. I
Hundreds.
just saw like last year. So there was a fight. A
With
guy got
who?
knocked out. Pittsburgh Steelers versus somebody.
Oh.
It happens all the time.
I never seen it. Never occurred.
Because you don't look for it.
Anywho, guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.